my god, it's funny. He's
Like that's
basically
one of my
telling him
big
that he stinks.
reasons. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons Spider-Man is my favorite ever.
Yeah, Spider-Man's one of my
I
favorite.
love the banter.
I love the '90s cartoon because of that.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Dude, that was such a good cartoon, man. But anyways, yeah, what were we even talking about just now? Oh yeah, Juggernaut.
Uh,
Juggernaut.
yeah.
He isn't a mutant. He actually um found the temple of something, and there's this crystal there, and he was imbued with the power of a Juggernaut, and that gives him like limitless power in the sense that like if he all he has to do is think, oh, I need to be stronger, and he's stronger. Like there is literally no limit to his power. He's just
Okay. Well, see,
he's
yeah,
just
that like
he's just weak to psychic attacks. That's why he wears that helmet. Supposedly the
yeah,
helmet is to prevent him from getting like mind
yeah,
fucks, basically.
like that's that even furthers the point. Like you can't make that argument. Like
The Hulk
people
that
in
doesn't work on
DC
the
are
Hulk
too
though.
OP. It's like people are too OP, and it's like you can't make that because
Oh my
Marvel has
god,
the
Jesus
most OP
Christ!
people. But my two big arguments that I don't care for DC too much is that in DC the stories they tend to like focus more on the superhero and not the person the superhero is.
I'm sorry. Who?
DC.
I guess I could see that.
And in Marvel, I feel like it's more balanced. Like you see equal amounts of like Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
And the other reason is that in DC magic is real, and I feel like that just leaves room for really cheap. Like, how did you get your powers? And it's like magic.
Yeah.
Like, just blowing it. Like, oh, it's magic. Where in Marvel, it's like, how did you get your powers? And it's like, well, there was a solar blast from us in space.
Well, technically, magic is real in Marvel as well.
Not really.
Doctor Strange.
That's actually explained with science, kinda. Like it's he got his power from another dimension, which they explain with the
Oh yeah, because they had that.
and then yeah, and then in that dimension, science is or Thor explained it best. Like what you think magic is in our realm is actually just like science in the realm. All
Like,
it is
magic is just advanced, different science. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. They at least, like what I'm saying is they
Oh
at least,
fuck! I keep forgetting to dodge that move.
like try to explain it instead of just going, oh, magic.
Yeah.
Like that Batman villain.
Oh, I can't hear you for this.
Boss of me is me. I want teeth. I want answers. Wait till Black Mask's assassins get through with you. What assassin? Whoever wins is gonna be famous and rich. At least we know he won't be ugly.
Oh shit! Man, Batman is like become Spider-Man suddenly or something like that. It's like giving banter and stuff.
Not tonight.
Like he just beat Croc to a pulp when he said, it's like we're gonna be famous and rich, and he's like, but he won't be ugly after he just beat the hell out of Killer Croc. Oh man.
I'm digging the scruffy beard on Batman.
Yeah,
actually,
I wasn't before, but now I am kind of. Yeah. I kind of wish he was like this in the earlier games, kind of like the whole not the scruffiness, but just the whole like talk back to everyone thing. Because he's like almost too serious later, like so serious that he's like I can't even make sly remarks about anyone.
Yeah, but that's Batman to me though. Is like he's all serious.
Yeah, but still, it'd be kind of interesting. Um, let's see.
Thanks, sir. Shall I warm up Christmas dinner?
No. It's going to be a long night, Alfred. I just ran into a human-shaped crocodile.
Oh, but yeah, that's why I like Spider-Man. All that banter. All that banter is super funny.
Dude, I'm currently reading DC Blackest Night, which is like their end of the world, one of their many end of the world things. Oh, it's every time you level up, you earn an upgrade point. These upgrade points you spent to upgrade, move Batman skills, blah blah, equipment, upgrades, blah blah. Okay, so.
Predator upgrades, invisible Predator upgrades.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's awesome.
Let's see. Increase battering stun times. Glide boost attack. Attack towards a single enemy. I feel like I want to do this later. I don't know what I want.
Yeah. You're not really far enough into the game to know how...
Well, I can always
Play it.
do ballistics armor. That's always a good thing to put a point in.
Yeah.
Because you can never have enough bulletproofing. Anyways, Blackest Night is basically like, it's one of the Green Lantern events that take up the entire DC universe.
Okay.
Basically, there are different color rings. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I just want to make sure we're both on the same page there. And
I mean, I don't know too much about it, but I do know. I know that.
okay, well, there's green is for will, yellow is fear, Star Sapphire, which is oddly enough its own color, is love, orange is greed, God, what the hell is red is rage, and
Yeah.
purple is compassion. Or indigo. Indigo is compassion, I'm sorry. And white is life, and black is death. Well, before this, there weren't any Black Lanterns, but then there was like a prophecy saying that on pretty much to the day that this certain thing would happen. But like Green Lantern Guardians are a bunch of assholes. They're like, oh, nothing will ever happen. We can't prepare for this bullshit. And so, even though they knew about it for like hundreds of thousands of years, they're like, nah, we're not gonna do anything. So this whole thing happens, and then, what the hell am I doing here? Why can't I walk? Run, rather. Whatever, anyways, and, everyone's like loved, the rings basically, the Black Lantern rings, revive the dead, kind of. Like, it gives dead people regenerative and basically the same powers as Green Lantern. And, so there was like a bunch of zombies with Green Lantern powers running around. But they also, like their sole goal is to, like, keep killing people, and they use, like, but they act kind of like the people they were when they were alive, but their goal is still to kill people and whatnot. So it's kind of this weird emotional. If the zombies came back to life, if there were zombies, but they were like, it's Marvel zombies basically, but with Green Lantern powers and whatnot, and without the eating people thing. Basically,
Yeah, there's actually a story super similar to that happened with Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
This guy gave everyone in New York Spider-Man powers.
Oh, I didn't read that, but I saw a video about it because I was like, "Ooh, spider thing," and it was is that
Spidey Island.
yeah? Where the hell am I
And, you know,
going?
it was actually really funny because like Spider-Man came and tried to help. Like he gave everybody Spider-Man powers and Spider-Man costumes. So Spider-Man in his Spider-Man costume went and tried to help, and like a couple of superheroes like beat the shit out of him. And he's like, "No, look, I'm Peter. It's me."
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm like, maybe, yeah. They were like, maybe you need to sit this one out. Can't tell.
yeah, that was so funny. And then I forget what happened, but it involved like Madam Web or something like that, and some other like reverse version of her or something like that.
Yeah, it
Like-
was one of those weird, like time change dimensional whatevers.
Yeah. My favorite thing so far with Spider-Man was the Spider-Verse event. Dude, did you see? Oh man, DC's horrible equivalent of you know, when Secret Wars started coming out, DC's like, oh shit, we have to do something to, you know, be similar or some bullshit like that, and they came out with the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. Again, I didn't read the comic, but I saw, like, I watched readings of the comic and whatnot, and it's just kind of like, and summaries and a whole bunch of other stuff to look it up, and I'm like, where is this story going? It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. And then it was leading somewhere, but it didn't make any sense, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, it was kind of like, apparently Brainiac was taking he found some special dimension thing that's like a nexus of worlds kind of thing. And like he like took, you know how his original thing is that he collected cities from different worlds and whatnot. Well,
Okay.
that's Brainiac used to collect cities from other dimensions and whatnot and gibberish. And that's what happened, and it was basically like he was like this basically god there, and he forced like the dozens of cities that he had collected to fight each other until there was like nobody left because apparently he was trying to find the perfect specimens or something like that of each of these individuals and whatnot, and it was just kind of like, that's stupid. And the whole story was dumb, and I never saw how it turned out, but it was just like, wow, Secret Wars was so much better than this. If this is DC's attempt to do the same thing, then it's terrible. It's just terrible. Also, did you hear they're rebooting again?
What, DC?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Marvel kind of did the same thing.
Yeah, but it worked. I felt like you know.
Oh yeah, no, the Marvel Now comics totally work because it doesn't rewrite anything.
Mhm.
It just started their stories like over,
Mhm.
kinda. But I mean, everything that's already happened still happened.
Yeah.
They just started comics to where like, because the big thing was people were like, now that all the Marvel movies are out, like I really want to read the comics, but like Amazing Spider-Man 782 is out. Like, how am I going to read 782 comics?
Yeah.
So they were like, no, look, we'll just call this one number 1, and you can just jump in at this point.
As in more than one.
And it did.
That's
It
right.
totally
And you
worked.
heard this from
That's
the mouth
awesome.
of a crocodile, man.
His name is
Because like they were like,
He's already
well,
behind
longtime
bars.
fans
I
won't
pity his
feel
cellmate.
like
I don't.
like,
Let's see
well, I
what
know
else is on
this,
the
I know
drone
this, I
card.
know this.
Each of them gets one
Like,
of
it's just
these
kind of like
envelopes. I need them
they're fighting new
delivered
villains,
tonight.
but it's kind of
They're
like a
all
little
hired killers,
flashback. Like,
the best in the
oh,
business.
this reminds me of when I got
Black
my
Mask is
powers, and
messing
it's just
around.
like a 1-page
Slade
summary
Wilson, Deathstroke.
of like
former
this
military,
happened.
subject
And
to
Awesome.
mistake.
Slade is gonna be in this.
Failed, you say?
cool.
It just showed him.
Garfield Lynns, aka Firefly,
The hell is
burns on
Firefly?
90% of his body. His obsession is going to be
I
his
have no
end.
idea. I don't
How
know
unlike
what
anyone I know.
DC villains are.
Here's a face I don't recognize. Copperhead. Strange. These reports reference a male, not a female.
14 escapes, huh? Well, you won't forget Nada. What the?
Floyd Lawton, a.k.a.
Oh, Deadshot. Nice.
Says here he's an expert sharpshooter.
God, he looks so much cooler in this than he did
Suspected of
in
many
City.
assassinations. Dangerous, but reckless. Street tough named Lester Baczynski. Calls himself Electrocutioner.
It's just like all of these, like,
Shiva.
I feel like I
Shiva?
kind of know
Her
who they
skill is
are
unmatched.
because they all have Marvel equivalents.
Yeah. This looks like the Marvel equivalent of, the DC equivalent of Lady Deathstroke. Or Deathstrike or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Like that lady is just, like, she's Black Widow in Marvel. And that Firefly guy, there's a guy in Marvel,
Why would he be taking money as a hired
like
killer?
Beetle something.
Is that Warden Joseph?
Must be how Black Mask
And whatever
got
that
himself
guy
a
with the
prisoner.
guns was, that was
Uses
like the
torture for
Punisher.
intimidation and entertainment.
8 assassins after your head. What are you going to do?
I'm going to find out who is operating this drone. Make them tell me what they know. Then I'm going to find Black Mask and put an end
And
to
Black
this.
Mask is like Red Skull from Marvel.
Not really.
Sir, I may be stating the obvious.
Like
here.
appearance,
You do
maybe,
realize
but that's
that
about
since
it.
You and I are the
Well,
only
no, they
people who
kinda
know
have
the
the
Batman's
same
true identity. Those
goals.
assassins
The only
will all
difference
fail
is,
their
like,
mandate if you
Red
just
Skull
spend
is,
the
like,
evening here.
They'll put
A
innocents
Nazi.
in danger to attract
Half
my attention.
mortal.
I can't take that risk.
I mean, he can live
And
for
you think
longer
it's a
than.
better idea?
Yeah.
to
I mean,
just
he's
put
dead
yourself
in the
in their
comics now,
crosshairs?
but he had a daughter.
There's only one person in Gotham who can get his
That's
hands on
what's
something
going
like
on now.
this. The Penguin.
Why
He's
is
been
the
trapped
Penguin the
by
only one
Mask.
who can get his hand on
Next
drones?
waypoint
That
was a
doesn't make any
rendezvous with
sense.
Penguin's men at Jezebel Plaza. I'll make them talk.
Ooh, there's only one guy that could possibly get his hand on
Sure
a
this is
drone.
wise, sir.
A
I know what I'm
penguin.
doing.
Well,
What?
in case you change your mind and want to train tonight instead, I'll keep your training facility active.
Yeah, I can run now.
The
And
Batwing is prepped and ready to take you to Jezebel Plaza.
there's the pumas now. Let's see. Ooh, training. I could do training. Wait, what? Select a character. Batman or Slade? Sure. And what the?
So maybe you can play as Slade in this one?
Maybe. Oh, I don't have any maps unlocked. Well, that's stupid. Why the hell would give me even the option to do this?
Yeah, that's dumb. And then the obvious one for Deathstroke is Deadpool, and that was even confirmed by
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
They're like, well, it's... What is... Oh, what's his last name? Slade what?
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
And Deadpool's name is what again?
It's...
Isn't it Wade something?
Yeah, it's Wade something. It's like a play on Slade Wilson.
I thought they just named him straight up Wade Wilson.
Yeah, I think it's Wade
Sir,
Wilson.
to make your travels easier,
I'm not
set
even
up
gonna
some
be
auto
one of
nav
those
points
people
at
that
different
faked
areas
like,
of the
oh, I've been
city.
reading
One of my
Deadpool
preset
forever.
destinations
Like,
should take you right
I
to
read a
Jezebel
couple
Plaza.
and I know he's funny. But like that's all I know.
I've
I mean, I know he got his regenerative powers from Like they tried to cure his cancer, and they tried to cure his cancer with Logan's blood, but like they amped it up like times a billion. And I
Yep.
do know the X-Men hate him, and Wolverine super hates him, and Spider-Man just tolerates him.
But yeah, I don't actually read a whole lot of comics. I read like readings. I watch readings of comics.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, and I pretty much just get the gist of everything, you know.
Yeah, same thing. But you save